Hi, my friends. Teresa here. Let's see what kind of easy peasy last minute DIY gifts we can make with some simple supplies and your doTERRA oils. I'm sorry if I didn't get this on Facebook Live. For some reason, it wouldn't go. So we're just going to record it and get it out to you so you could enjoy it. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Do, 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 do. Here we go. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I know everybody has so many different things they could do with their time. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me. So here we go. Let me move myself out of the way. So welcome, Easy DIY Gifts for Christmas. I know everybody's starting to really maybe feel the pinch. And these, I purposely picked some that are easy, quick to get the supplies, if anything, maybe just going to the dollar store and you can have a few simple gifts very quickly. So the first thing I wanted to share was a couple of food items. These could definitely be gifts if you got a fancy bottle and put them in a fancy container and gave them to somebody. So this looks delightful. I really want to try this with just some lime oil and cranberry juice and some sparkling water or whatever your choice, lemon lime soda. I think this would look delightful on a festive table. I can't tell what it has in it. Maybe some mint leaves. I don't know, but this would be easy peasy. You can even put this in a bowl. But yeah, I think you could, if you package this up right in a beautiful glass container, this would definitely be a good gift or something to take to a party, a holiday party. And here's an apple cider recipe, making some spicy warm cider. I've seen it done in a crock pot, so it keeps it warm. Oh, and it's, well, yeah, here it says heat slowly on the stove, but this is going to make your house smell delightful with some wild orange, some cinnamon bark, some cassia, and some ginger. And I'm going to slow down so you can grab a snapshot of this, a screenshot of this. Now, just know that when you're warming something with essential oils in it, the potency of the oils start to diminish because of the heat. So just so you know that if it's sitting there for quite a few hours, you might want to check it. You might need to refresh the oils with one drop of each or something. That's how I would handle it. But I can just imagine the delightful, yummy scent this would create. And I'm all about chocolate, and I really love chocolate and peanut butter. Oh, excuse me, chocolate and peanut butter and chocolate and peppermint. So I gave you two different versions of the pretzels. I've done both. These ones on the left, I like to get the really, really big pretzels, and then you just dip half of them in the melted chocolate that you have flavored with a drop of peppermint or a drop of cinnamon or a drop of wild orange. Don't do more than that. You can combine them, but I would check it out ahead of time. So you melt your chocolate, put it in a container, some kind of a bowl or whatever. Stir it really well with that essential oil in there. Dip those pretzels in, set them on some wax paper on a cookie sheet, and I like to sprinkle on some festive, Christmas little sugar flakes or whatever they call sprinkles. This one is similar. I just use the smaller ones, dip them all the way in the chocolate, and again, sprinkle them with some festive colors. And this is Himalayan salt. I have never done that. That might be interesting. And I use dark chocolate. This is suggesting milk chocolate. Use whichever your preference is, but make it look, really festive with some different colored sprinkles. And then what I do is I put them in you can buy those plastic Christmassy bags, put a little twist top on them, and there's my gift, a little bag of chocolate covered pretzels that look really fancy. Nice, easy peasy. Again, 1 drop, double check it, make sure it's not too overpowering. Now this is interesting. I have not tried this, so I can't speak to how it works or how it is, but I thought this was interesting. Make different types of salt, some flavored salts, put them in some dollar store little jars, label them, and you can give a set of each of these as gifts. Put them in a little organza bag or a little fancy bag or a box, a dollar store box, and give them as a gift that people can sprinkle in their spaghetti sauce or their soup or wherever you would normally use salt. So I really love this idea. But again, I can't say I've tried it. So if you try it, please let me know how it comes out. They might be very similar. Oh, they're very similar, I see, but this one has lavender and fennel. So yeah, this one has a little bit more oils. Be very careful on these drops. If it says 1 drop is all you need. If it says 2 drops is all you need. You don't want to go overboard because you don't want to ruin the batch. Mashed potatoes, scrambled eggs. Ooh, I love these ideas. French fries, pizza crust. Now I feel like I need to try this on my own. Put a nice fancy bow on it. Get some blank labels anywhere, write on there what they are. Give those as your gifts. Easy peasy and delicious. This is my favorite soup. I absolutely love this soup. I've made it and given away as gifts. So it makes a huge batch. So just so you know, if you're making it for a family, it is a huge batch. If you're making it for 1 or 2 people, you might want to cut it in half. So just cut the recipe down in half. I will tell you that I do not use fresh ginger root right here. I use a drop of ginger essential oils. I do not use pepper flakes, but feel free to. I just don't. I used diced tomatoes from a can, and everything else is pretty much the same. But this is really robust. It's really tasteful. And I've gotten like mason jars and put them in mason jars and given the mason jar as a gift. So you can fancy it up any way that you want. You might even want to give them a little soup bowl with it as a gift. So again, easy, quick, go to the dollar store, get these, glass bottles that they have there. You can get plastic as well. I just like to put it in glass because I thought came up as something a little nicer. And you can give them a recipe, print the recipe out or type it up, put it on some fancy paper and give them the recipe. Delightful gift. I would love this gift of soup. I love soup anyway. Okay, come on. Here we go. I said I love chocolate and I love peppermint. Let me move myself out of the way here. So this I have not tried, but it looks yummy as well. So this is using the coconut oil, the solid white coconut oil. So you have some, some thickness to it. And whip it with a hand mixer so it's white and fluffy. Refrigerate it so that it gets, again, some density to it. Scoop it out, press it down, put it in the freezer, dip it in some melted chocolate, put some crushed pepper, candy cane on top, or again, some little festive sprinkles. And you have yourself a gift. Put them in a nice fancy Christmas box that we've all seen at the dollar stores. And you might have to suggest that they keep the box in the refrigerator till they're ready to eat. And notice this little caveat down here, a cool spoon to shape the whipped filling to reduce sticking. Those are just so fun looking. Easy. No cooking involved. Okay, so if you're a crafty person, this is just so simple. And if you have pine cones around you, or I know they sell them at Michael's, the craft store. Oh, they may be scented already. You don't want to get scented pine cones because you want to make your own. So you get a pine cone or a bowl full of pine cones, depending on the size. You see the oil suggestions there. So you could pick one of those, two of those oils, combine them. I wouldn't use all of those oils together. That might be too intense. So just use what you have, experiment with them a little bit on a practice pine cone, and then just put them in a beautiful little bowl. Put some sprigs of pine around it or some red berries, make it look Christmassy and festive. And then you take that as a gift. Somebody can put it on their table, put it in a bathroom. I think that's nice and easy and so simple. And you're recycling those pine cones. Now, again, here's a little crafty idea with some pine cones again. Now, these would be the smaller pine cones. I would love to have the bigger pine cones for the one I just showed you. But this one, again, mason jar, some type of a mason jar. You can see they decorated it with a little tie. It could be any kind of ribbon, burlap, ribbon, whatever. And then it gives you some suggestions here of what else to put in there. So you want a few items that are going to absorb and diffuse the essential oils. So that would be the pine cones. You could even put in some of the lava beads that you buy again at Michael's or Hobby Lobbies or somewhere that you make the diffuser bracelets with. They have different size balls, lava beads, I should say. You could put a couple of those in strategically on the top. I would go with the bigger ones myself. Wood slices would hold the essential oil. So you just want something that's going to absorb and hold that essential oil for a while. Felt and wool balls. So sometimes you can find those little small wool balls. I guess that you would call them bead size. But look I love the little pine sprigs in there, the fake berries, or put real berries in there, whatever you have access to. Now, the only thing I'm unclear of is these lids. I'm sorry I did not look those up, but if you want me to, I certainly could. But that's going to allow the scent to come out, and then you would have to refresh it every once in a while with some essential oils. Again, stick with something like we just showed back here. Some of these suggestions: cassia, clove, on guard would work, holiday joy, holiday peace. So any of these, any fir oil would be a good option for this particular one. Again, you might want to give this as a gift. You can get the smaller mason jars. You can get the bigger mason jars, whatever you can find. I usually find mine at Walmart. Use whatever oils you have, and you could even give a bottle or two of essential oils with them with this particular gift if you had some extra. So I love this. I'm not sure what ice crystal picks are. I don't really know. So that must be something you can find at a craft store. And I'm sure you could find some of these items at your local dollar store as well. So go peruse the aisles of the dollar store or wherever you buy craft supplies and see what you find. Or go outside and see what you can find. Again, we're trying to make it easy peasy, not too time consuming, nothing you really have to order and wait for. So now this is still a little crafty, but make some spa items for your friends. So there's a sugar scrubs are so easy to make, so easy to make. Use a nice quality sugar. This one calls for the dark organic brown sugar. Oh, no, it's not organic, but that's what I've used in the past. This one calls for white sugar because you're going to color it. So whatever how much effort you want to put into it, but cinnamon, ginger, vanilla extract. If you have the doTERRA Madagascar vanilla, that would be delightful. If you don't, just grab your vanilla that you cook with. Nutmeg and allspice. So you're going to put the ground stuff in there and mix it around. Now I am going to tell you, I would pack all of these ingredients together without the fractionated coconut oil. So put all of your ingredients together, dry, mix it up, and then start to add your fractionated coconut oil. So that's the liquefied one that we put in roller bottles. Go in slowly and carefully. So it calls for a half a cup, but I would do a quarter cup first and mix it around. Mix it in a big bowl. Don't mix it in a little jar. Get a big batch in a big bowl so it's not slopping all over the place. Mix it really good. If it's too dry, pour in a little bit more fractionated coconut oil. So you're just adding a little bit of oil at a time till it gets to a good consistency that it will stay on your skin and you can rub it in and exfoliate. If it's too dry, then when somebody puts it on their skin, it just kind of falls right off. So you want the right consistency where it's going to be moist, but not too drippy, not too moist, not too runny, and not too dry. So you want to find a consistency that's just right. So you'll be able to figure it out. Just experiment before you, throw it in your jar and give it away. But same thing, you could put a nice label on the top of the lid, put it in a nice, pretty bag, add some candy canes with it, something really simple. If you know how to do the AromaTouch hand technique, you could offer to do that for them in conjunction with their sugar scrub gift. So, add your own flair to it. Now, this one is where you're coloring the sugar, and that's why it says use the white. So you're going to add a little bit of food coloring. And if you wanted to, you could make a batch that you leave white and a batch that you color red. And again, watch that consistency. So you have 2 bowls of 2 different colors going on. Get the consistency just right and then start to layer it in a pretty jar and it's going to look real Christmassy. And again, put a bow on it, something fancy. I wouldn't go with a tall jar for this. I would go with a short, squatty jar that's flatter because it's easier to get that sugar scrub out of. But these are delicious sugar scrubs. They just kind of melt and they make your skin really, really soft. And it smells really good too. Again, lavender, peppermint, is that Madagascar vanilla? I wouldn't use them all, just pick one. And this almost seems like too much essential oils. So double check. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Almost. It's there. It's coming up. Excuse me. I knew it was going to come. 12 drops, you might start with 6 or 8 and then add more as you need them. This one is calling for 10. So yeah, just watch that. Start with less and you can always add to it. Okay, these are bath salts, Epsom salts. So yeah, I love these. Lots of different versions of this. Epsom salts, baking soda, a few drops of peppermint oil, or any calming, relaxing oil. I would probably use a calming, relaxing oil like lavender or adaptive or balance or serenity, something calming. Because when I'm taking a bath, I want it to be, a calming, relaxing experience. If you want to color it, again, use that red food coloring. Stir it around in a big bowl. Again, make a big batch in a big bowl so that you get the consistency that you want. And the consistency doesn't matter on this one because you're putting the Epsom salts into the bath water. So it can be dry and it's not going to matter. You're not adding fractionated coconut oil to this, so it's going to be a really dry consistency. Let's see. I still would stay away from the peppermint personally, but you do what you want to do. You can put it in a mason jar that you can put it in those plastic bags that I talked about for the pretzels and, twist it up and they can have a couple of those. This size is probably good for one bath. So depending on how big your container is, will determine how many baths they can get out of it. I love this idea right here. If you can get those clear empty ornaments, which I saw a big old container of them at Michael's. That was about 2 weeks ago though. Where you buy them, you take the top off and then you can fill them with your Epsom salt mixture. Put the little top back on. I'm pointing with my finger. Put a little ribbon on there. And look I love the way they have it with a pine bough. That's so cute. Put them in a little fancy box. Put them in a bag, a Christmas bag that you buy at the dollar store, and somebody can have a nice spa experience. You can give them one of these for their bath water and give them a sugar scrub. 2 different items together would be a delightful gift. This is just showing somebody is filling one of those those clear plastic ornament balls, and they showed that they put it like in a little cup. This is like an ice cream sundae cup, and they're using a funnel to get the mixture in there. So I just wanted to put that in there so you could see how somebody else did it. So you're not making a mess all over the place. But that would be cute. They wouldn't really want to hang them on their tree, but put them in their bathroom. And then I wanted to finish off with some room sprays. Those are always easy peasy. The only thing about this is if you don't have spray bottles, you'd want to buy them right now. So from Amazon, so you can get them, within a couple days. This is going to take you a half hour to make these. So it's not going to be a long process, but you just want to make sure you get your spray bottles. So all kinds of recipes here. You can invent your own. I do have a sheet of the 12 sprays of Christmas where there's actually 5. Where did that come from? Actually 12 different sprays, one for each day. You can put some cute labels on. You could type up these labels or just give them the whole recipe or just give them the title of it, the name of it, however you want to do it. You can print them off on your printer and then stick them on the bottles with some packing tape. So yeah, delightful gift. I love my spray bottles. I have one in each bathroom, but I wanted to show you. I'm going to show you after I stop the share. I want to show you the size of these bottles. These are aluminum. These are glass. Again, I like glass just because I don't know, they seem like a better quality, but you can use plastic as well. So take a screenshot of that. I love this ho, ho, ho. Delightful gift. They can use them for their bathroom. Give them a couple different choices. And if you don't have all of these, create your own. So I did want to make sure you knew about the frankincense promotion this month, where you can get a free full-size bottle of frankincense with a 200 PV order. That's anybody. So, purchase some personal products, some detergents, some, I love to use their dishwasher pods, soaps, lotions. You don't have to get 200 PV worth of oils. That would probably be overkill, but They have so many products nowadays. Supplements. I love their supplements. Check out their new Serenity Stick. So many great things to pick from. I easily get my 200 PV to get my free frankincense. But this is some things you can do with frankincense. You know, frankincense is the king of oils. If you don't know what oil to use, frankincense is always a good choice. Frankincense is also a driver. So whatever oils, or a booster, I guess a booster I would prefer to say. Whatever oils you put on first, you can layer frankincense on top of it, and it kind of boosts the potency of the oils that came before. If you're creating a spray or a roller bottle, if you put 1 drop of frankincense in there, it just enhances it a little bit more. So these are some different ways of taking your Frankie. So I did want to make sure you knew about that. And if you already put your order in and it was not 200 PV, you probably can place a second order so that the 2 orders equal 200, but you're going to want to connect with doTERRA to make sure they will do that for you. So don't take my word for it. Make sure you chat with them or call them. And that's it. I want to thank you so much. I'm so proud of myself. I purposely kept this short, sweet, concise, to the point, so that you can just get some ideas, get your creative juices going, and maybe get some gifts, last minute gifts going for yourself. So I did want to show you real quick. My lighting has shifted because the sun has gone down. I wanted to show you these 2 different size bottles. These are the aluminum ones. This one is 4 ounce, I believe, and this one is 2 ounce. So you decide which ones you want to go with. You can see I just printed off a label. I had a big punch that's a big circle like this, or you could cut this out. So you see, I just typed it on there, and then I slapped on some packing tape on it. So it's, it looks fine. I could put a ribbon on there if I wanted to and give this as a gift. So I like the aluminum ones because they don't break, but they do dent though. So 2 ounce, 4 ounce, depending on which size you want to give. And that I use distilled water in there, or some type of really clean filtered water. Okay, that's how I prefer to do it. But make sure you label everything, make them look real cute, put them in a fun, festive bag or box, and bada bing, bada boom, you got some fun gifts to share. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have trouble finding these spray bottles, let me know. I will be happy to get you a link for those. I would get them sooner rather than later, though. And then make a trip to your dollar store and see what they have there. Okay, my friends, thank you so much. Mwah. So appreciate you. You have a great Christmas. And please let me know if you did any of these and how they worked out for you. Okay, happy holidays. Bye-bye.